Aliyah Boston. Right now, that name is echoing through every corner of women's basketball. From ESPN to Twitter to packed arenas filled with fans, everyone is talking about her. And the crazy part? She's just getting started. What happened this week has fans calling her not just a rising star, but the future face of the WNBA itself. And the truth is, if you've been paying attention, this moment was always coming. Aliyah isn't your average rookie success story. She was drafted number 1 overall by the Indiana Fever in 2023, and from the very first game, she carried herself like she had been here for years. Rookie of the Year? Easy. All-Star in her very first season? Done. And the scary part is that this is only the beginning. What she did on the court in the past few days is proof that we're watching a generational talent come into her prime earlier than anyone expected. So let's rewind for a second. Born in St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands, Aliyah Boston wasn't supposed to be here. The odds were stacked against her. She moved to the U.S. at the age of 12 with her sister, leaving her parents behind, chasing a dream that almost felt impossible. Imagine being just a kid, leaving home, stepping into an entirely new world, hoping that basketball could open doors. And now? That same kid has become the backbone of an entire WNBA franchise. From her days at South Carolina, Boston was built different. Playing under coach Dawn Staley, she became the ultimate competitor, strong, smart, unshakable under pressure. National Player of the Year, Defensive Powerhouse, Champion, she checked every single box in college. By the time the WNBA draft came around, there was no debate. Indiana wanted her, needed her, and made sure she was theirs. Fast forward to now, and Boston is proving she's more than just a promising rookie. She's a star who can dominate on the biggest stages. Just look at her latest game. The Fever were up against one of the toughest defensive teams in the league, and all eyes were on Caitlin Clark, the rookie phenom pulling in headlines everywhere. But while Clark had the cameras flashing, it was Aliyah Boston who quietly took over the game. She wasn't just playing basketball, she was imposing her will. Dropping buckets in the paint, cleaning up the glass, swatting shots like it was nothing. By the end of the night, Boston had racked up a monster double-double and completely shut down her matchup. Social media didn't just notice, it exploded. One fan tweeted, "Aliyah Boston isn't the future, she's the present." Another wrote, "Caitlin gets the hype, but Boston is the engine that keeps the Fever alive." Even NBA players joined in, with one posting, "Boston is the truth." Simple as that. When you've got the pros talking about you, you know you're doing something special. But it's not just about stats. That's the thing about Aliyah Boston. She's not only changing games, she's changing the culture of her team. Insiders have been saying all season that Boston has become the true leader inside the Fever locker room. Yes, Caitlin Clark is the headline grabber, but it's Boston who sets the tone. She's the one who holds the paint, rallies her teammates, and leads by example. Leadership like that can't be taught, you either have it, or you don't. And Aliyah has it in spades. Her teammates know it. The fans feel it. And now, the whole league is realizing it. When Boston speaks, people listen. When she plays, everyone watches. And when she wins, it feels like more than just a victory for Indiana, it feels like a glimpse of the WNBA's future. But let's talk about pressure, because with greatness comes expectations. And Boston has already faced them all. From being the #1 pick, to becoming Rookie of the Year, to now being asked to carry her team alongside one of the most talked about rookies in sports, it's a lot. For many players, the weight of that spotlight would be too much. But for Aliyah Boston, it just fuels her fire. She thrives on the big stage. She thrives when people doubt her. And she thrives when the game is on the line. That's what separates stars from legends, and Boston is proving she belongs in the second category. And let's be real, the WNBA needs stars like her. The league is growing, getting more attention than ever, but what makes it thrive are players who can capture imaginations. Aliyah Boston is one of those players. Her game is powerful, but it's also smart. She's not just throwing her weight around in the paint, she's outthinking her opponents, outworking them, and making it clear she's here to dominate for years to come. And what about her rivalry with the other young stars? Everyone talks about Caitlin Clark, Aya Wilson, Breanna Stewart, but the way Boston is climbing, it's not crazy to say she's coming for the crown. It's not just hype, it's reality. The WNBA is in the middle of a power shift, and Boston is right in the center of it. But here's the part that makes her story so inspiring. Remember, this is someone who came from the Virgin Islands, who left her parents behind as a kid to chase a dream, who worked through homesickness, culture shock, and endless pressure to succeed. And now, she's living that dream on the highest stage possible. She's not just a basketball player, she's proof that sacrifice, grit, and determination can turn into greatness. So let's ask the real question, is Aliyah Boston already one of the best bigs in the league? Some fans argue she is. Others say she still has more to prove. But no matter which side you're on, one thing is undeniable, Aliyah Boston is here, and she's not going anywhere. If this week's performance is any indication, she's only getting better. And that should scare every single team in the WNBA. The truth is, we're watching history unfold in real time. Players like Aliyah don't come around often. She's the kind of player who defines an era, who carries a franchise, and who inspires an entire generation. And the best part? She's still at the very beginning of her journey. So let me ask you this, are we watching the rise of the next WNBA dynasty, led by Aliyah Boston? Or do you think she still has to prove herself against the league's biggest stars? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this debate is just heating up. And if you believe Aliyah Boston is the real deal, the future, the present, and everything in between, hit that like button. Because trust me, this season is only going to get crazier. The spotlight is on Aliyah, and she's not just surviving it, she's owning it. So buckle up, because the Aliyah Boston era has officially begun.